Halo, halo, witam was w kolejnym odcinku, jestem Mateusz, to jest Alan Wake Remastered. Znajdujemy się na komisariacie. Wiem, stary, nie musisz mnie popędzać. U pani szeryf, która nas zgarnęła. Myślałem, że będzie napisane Sheriff Bright Falls. Tak, co, może sobie pozwiedzamy. Czy widziałeś tego człowieka? Znaki szczególne, profesjonalny zwycięzca konkursów. Aha. Zajebiste znaki szczególne, stary. Bruce Fanski, Jacob Miller, Richard próbuje jakiś tam. Sarah Breaker, czyli to jest nasz szeryf. Okej, tu są koreczki. Dobra, chodźmy dalej. I co, jeszcze zwiedźmy coś tu, dobrze? Zaraz sobie porozmawiamy z panią Sarą.
Mr. Wake, the sheriff is waiting for you in her office down the corridor.
Dobra, zaraz sobie
That was
podejdę.
Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
Nie wiem, kto tu pasuje.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that.
To brzmi trochę jak moja żona.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsal today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. James out.
Okej, stara, tyle to ja wiem, nie? Alice widzi cień.
Through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Okej. Ja już po wizycie u pani dentystki, także też jestem zadowolony. Myślałem, że mogę sobie nalać wody.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Okej.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake?
How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd locked me up. Excuse me. I need to take this.
Ej, to nie jest inna babka,
Hello?
która nas zebrała? Mi się wydawało, że tamta...
Please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
I couldn't go anywhere yet. I had to play along with the caller. Alice's life was at stake.
Hey,
Okay.
mister! Hey, can you turn the light? The light's on! The deputies, they won't
Dobra, ty włączę cię.
understand. They won't listen to me.
Włączę
Thank
ci
you, man,
światło.
thank you. Hey, you're all right. You're a good guy. Don't let anybody tell you different.
Okej, bo nagle się stało dużo rzeczy. Duch mroku w restauracji,
In
okej.
spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Okej. Idzie na tył parceli.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Dobra, spokojnie, zaraz przejdziemy przez ten płocik. Tu jest jeszcze termos. Jest radyjko.
It's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go.
A możesz szybciej, stary?
For the sheriff's department.
Kilka wybitych szyb, a nawet strzał na Main Street. Zastępcy szeryfa Mulligan i Thornton musieli poskromić dwóch pijanych młodzieńców świętujących ukończenie platformy na nasze święto, czyli jak co roku wiem, że to wielki dzień, ale zachowajmy siły na imprezę, a strzelski popisy na strzelnicę. Nie róbmy fal startu, okej. Jakby normalnie to jeszcze by mnie może takie szczególnie interesowało, ale widzę, że tutaj jest mocno nastawienie na wszystkie takie rzeczy również około związane z tą fabułą, więc myślę, że warto tego chyba posłuchać, nie? Dobra. Dziura w ogrodzeniu. Gdzie jest ta dziura? Co, że tu coś? Ten? Tak, kopnij. Nie był to celny kop, ale dobra, mamy kartkę. Zapewne mogę sobie to... Nie mogę sobie tego. Dobra, przeczytajmy kartkę. Wake no longer speak.
See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Dobra. Where's my wife?
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Okay.
Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
No dobra, no coś się i tam wciśnij po problemie, tak? Czy ty śpisz, czy jesteś martwy?
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Okej. Aż się zadymiło z tego telewizora.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent...
O, to jest to, o czym mówili w tym radyjku.
outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Tu gościa! Nieźle! O, jest i Barry, chyba. Tak zakładam.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
Okej, ale czy Barry'emu chociaż powiesz?
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
Max Payne.
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
No.
I'd come here to rent a cabin, where I could wait till
No
midnight.
wiesz, żony nie ma, to fanka jak znalazł, nie? Coś tutaj znajdę? Nic tu nie widzę. O, mamy
Seriously,
dinozaura.
Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy? Wait
His
here.
body just disappeared?
Oh, wait here. No,
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey,
Oh,
Rusty,
biedny
right?
piosek.
You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What
Ja
happened?
szukałem znajdziek.
When was the last time you slept?
What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that?
Gościu...
Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm. Seriously, Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing, listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
No stary... Dziwnie to wygląda, ale w pewnym sensie jest to rzeczywiste. W końcu widzimy to, nie?
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Piękny piesek.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Okej. Jak to mówią?
Al,
Kurde, no
you're
nic
asking
nie
me
za
to
to mi
believe
powiedzieć.
that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves, and eating a healthy diet of pills. Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller. What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
Ciężko się z tym Barrym rozmawia. Znaczy z jednej strony ja go w pełni rozumiem.
Crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? we should go to the sheriff or call the FBI?
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help, and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Ten się jeszcze przeziębił. O, chociaż mam
Just
latarkę.
be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Ta lampka... Stary, przestań kichać. Ta lampka jeszcze przed chwilą była na ziemi. O nie, chłop przewrażliwiony na wszystko. Dobrze, a nie ma tu żadnego pistoletu, czy coś? Nie. Światła zostawiamy włączone. Baterię sobie zbieramy, termosik sobie weźmiemy. Tu jest pozamykane. No to co? Chyba idziemy. Nie wiem, czy w dobrą stronę idę, ale idę. A gdzie dojdę? Chyba tam mam iść. O!
Here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. Locking the door now.
Dobrze, kolejny termosik. Wciąż nawet nie sprawdziłem, czy te termosy coś dają, ale tak w ogóle to nie wiem, czy zauważyliście. Znaczy no, wy nie zauważyliście, chyba że było widać teraz w ręce. W każdym razie pojawił się nam pistolet z 12 nabojami, także fajnie. Magicznie sobie go Alan wyczarował, ale jest pisarzem, więc pisze swoją własną grę, więc opowieść, historię, jakkolwiek to nazwać, więc może sobie takie rzeczy zrobić, tak? Dobrze. Osiągnięto punkt zapisu. Podnieś strony maszynopisu.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Ja troszeczkę się Baremu nie dziwię.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
No dobra, no mieli Alice, no to ich rozwikłamy. No ciekawi mnie to. Mam nadzieję, że ten główny zły nie będzie rozczarowaniem, bo na razie jestem zaintrygowany mocno, o co tu chodzi i kto za tym wszystkim stoi i w sensie, no widzę, że to wygląda tak, jakby to się wszystko rozgrywało w jego mózgu. Natomiast jest to ciekawe.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your dear best plan
Tam sobie
like?
pogadacie.
My plan? You make it sound a lot more
Zamknę
organized than I ever seen manage. No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know. Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh? Yes, exactly, Bat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Na konkursie ciast.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution. Oh, yeah, it's my kind of exercise. Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman. That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning. But you're not taking part in the fishing contest? No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the...
Dobra, bo to tak będą gadać o kuźwa rybach. Grajmy, bo cały odcinek po prostu chodzę i słucham. Abym se postrzelał. Co my tu mamy? Nic tu nie mamy. Aha. Takie trzęsienie nie zwiastuje niczego dobrego. Nie mogę do tego? Mogę do tego domku. Dobra, rozumiem, że tamte cienie wyglądają złowrogo. Ale nie ma się czego bać, szczurku. Wow! Zaszory. Można? Nie można włączyć tu światła, dobrze. Tutaj nic nie ma. No, widać, bo to wygląda jak... O! Kolejna historia, no nie.
Punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish.
No obejrzyjmy, no! Poprzedni odcinek mi się podobał.
Tonight's episode. The man in the mirror.
A skąd tu tyle pierza?
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took your kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Ah, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark, believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Okej. Sam Lake. Kuźwa, dziwne rzeczy piszesz, ale podoba mi się to. Znaczy no, Sam Lake jest chyba po prostu ogólnie odpowiedzialny za fabuły, ale sam wszystkich nie pisze, nie? Znaczy może w czasie Alana pewnie jeszcze w większości on to pisał, bo wtedy Remedy nie było chyba jakimś dużym studiem, teraz zapewne też nie jest, ale na pewno zakładam, że jest większym niż było te 10 lat temu. O matko boska.
Rose knew that Rusty was in love with her, and she liked him too. She liked him a lot. He taught her to dance, and life had certainly taught her the value of a man who was gentle. He treated her well, made her smile, made her feel good. But Rusty wasn't the prince of her dreams, and that tended to underline the unbearable truth. She was no closer to that Hollywood magic than he was.
Okej, fajnie. Co, to idzie... Uuu, tu jest samochodzik. O, jest kolejna kartka. Jest kolejny punkt zapisu. Dzisiaj dużo czytania i dużo słuchania.
Was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Okej. Brzmi ciekawie. Elderwood na szyję. Aha. No dobra.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me! Anybody? Help me!
Idę. Kartka. Biegnę ci na pomoc, stary! Duch mroku
The visitor
atakuje
center was
Rusty'ego.
sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken rib stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Dobra, stary, skoro...
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
Okej, rozumiem. Już wiem, co będę musiał zrobić. Idę do ciebie, Rusty. Widzę cię. Czy jesteś żywym człowiekiem? Chodźcie, pierun!
Mr. Wake?
Srogo się tu zadziało.
Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back. Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Znaczy tam jest apteczka, nie? Wydaje mi się, że... lepiej by było mu udzielić jakiejś pomocy od razu, ale... No cóż...
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
O, tak, dobra, włączenie światła to jest jednak najważniejsza sprawa. Ale zobaczmy, co tu jest jeszcze w ogródku. Obstawiam, że tutaj może coś być. Drop hazard. Ha, wiedziałem. Czułem to moim nosem termosowym. Albo moim nosem na kawę. Otwieraj. Czemu mnie tak nagle obróciło? Dobra, widzę, że tu jest kolejna kartka. Podnieśmy ją.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Ciekawe. Dobra, gdzie to światło, gościu? Tu chyba pewnie. No gdzie to? O! Aha, ale to szafka, no dobra. Zbierzmy, bo to się na pewno przyda. Okej.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Myślę, że to jest dobry moment na zakończenie tego odcinka. Ach, kurde. Jak się zaczęło coś dziać, to musiałem przerwać. Ach, dobra, jestem wspaniałym. No ale mamy 29 minut, więc dziękuję wam bardzo za obejrzenie tego odcinka. Jeśli się spodobało, do zobaczenia jutro. Dajcie łapkę w górę, napiszcie komentarz. Ja byłem Mateusz, wy byliście wy, a to był Alan Wake Remastered. Pa, pa!